Welcome back to live netball here at the Antrim Forum in Belfast. We have a fantastic game for you coming up right now, Gibraltar versus the Northern Ireland Development Squad. So without further ado, the lineup for Gibraltar is goalkeeper Alexandra Delapiani, goal defence Paris Chalaran, wing defence Katie Bado, centre Demi Zamit, wing attack Sofia Perkis-Galan, goal attack Martina Martinez, and goal shooter is Georgia Truman-Davies. The reserves for Gibraltar are Anna Hernandez, Anna Howard, Sophia McGlasty, Siri McGlashan and Nina Roberts-Cottrell. The coach is Claire Nunes. For Northern Ireland Development, we have goalkeeper Mia Law, goal defence Louisa Young, wing defence Una Rees, centre Aveen Donnelly, wing attack Scarlett Jenkin, goal attack Erin Gray, goal shooter Grace Wills. For their reserves, we have Amelie Annett, Rebecca Cunningham, Lydia Grant, Amy Murray and Sophie White, and the coach is June McCowan. So this is the last game for the Northern Ireland Development side in this tournament. It is the third game for Gibraltar. Gibraltar yet to win a game in this tournament, so they'll be setting their sights on this one, no doubt. I'm Natalie Pepperell and I'm joined in commentary by the amazing Elaine Rice. Elaine, how are you?
Good, doing well. We've had a brilliant few days of netball and looking forward to this game as well.
And the Northern Ireland Development side get us underway on the scoreboard, and they've had some cracking results, haven't they? I mean, beating the Isle of Man and beating Switzerland 41-25 and 49-32 respectively.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to call a few of their games now, and the most important thing is we can see real progress through it. You know, there's been stumbling blocks, there have been points where they haven't played so well, but they were able to bounce back and put some lovely passages of play together, and they're a particularly young squad, so that's great.
The future is certainly bright with those scores. It must have been quite pleasing as well for your under-17s that actually they, you know, to have these guys with them as well. I mean, this is support and training competition that they're going to have in training as well, isn't it?
Well, we are so fortunate. By hosting the competition, we were obviously allowed to have a development team in the competition, and in doing so, it means that 30 of our netballers have got opportunity to compete in a Netball Europe Championship. You know, it's great that the challenge and the challenge and the championship are together, and in doing so more players are exposed to this level, this intensity in this environment, and that is what we want for our young players.
Currently 2-0, but a turnover there by Alex Delapiani.
She's had a great tournament. She came on in her first game and made a significant difference there. She's a bit more height, you know, and I suppose Northern Ireland and Gibraltar have similar enough height, you know, across the court, and so Delapiani really stands out as a tall presence within the team.
For a lucky gift back to to Gibraltar after came off the feet and a missed shot by Truman-Davies, but
fantastic hand by Law there. She has been very consistent through the tournament. She is strong, she is commanding from the back and showing great leadership skills. One of the points of note that we noticed through the tournament, particularly in the challenge section, is that occasionally the teams lack a bit of width, and there's an example where one of the Northern Ireland players needed to pull away to be an outlet, you know, as opposed to crowding, because when we crowd the space, what we're doing is we're doing the job of the defence for them. So both teams should really work, because of the limited height, and using as much width as they can.
Just overcooking it for Martinez.
It's another focus maybe of the development section, where we have seen that teams take a wee minute to settle, and when they do settle, then they play some of their best netball. But in this occasion, the Northern Ireland Development and their attack have seemed to settle quite well, but just have that sticking point of getting it out of defence, as Gibraltar suffering now.
And as you said, all down one side at the minute.
Yeah, it's good that we had Bado bring it into the middle channel, and again support play, which allows it to open up the space.
Summit finds Truman-Davies. Lovely shot.
Truman-Davies is another real leader, and there should be a good match-up with her and Law. One leads her team's attack, the other her team's defence. So it'll be interesting to see who gets upper hand over the course of the 60 minutes.
The kind of challenges that we love, though, aren't they? The little fights within the game.
That's exactly it. You know, that there's a team battle, but there's a whole lot of individual battles happening at the same time.
Contact called against Dilipiani, gives Wills the shot.
And we have been admiring Wills' confidence and composure for the tournament. You know, she did get Player of the Match in one of the games by the Northern Ireland coaches, and it was well deserved. She is very effective with her timing and offering at the correct time.
Oh, again, just overcooking it by Martinez.
Even Donnelly in the centre for Northern Ireland she's played most of the tournament in centre. She's got a fantastic engine of the ilk of Caroline O'Hanlon. She's another dual athlete. She plays basketball as well for the Irish under-16 squad, and she's definitely one for the future. She's 14 years of age.
It's quite key, isn't it, that actually when they're younger that they're still playing different sports because of that games knowledge?
Well, while some of the technical skills differ, a lot of the other skills, like their special awareness, their composure on the ball, their decision making, their physicality, all transfer very, very well. So I definitely would be a huge advocate for as long as possible of playing multi-sports.
Oh, that goes against Perkis Galan. Attacking contact. A chance here for Northern Ireland to really push ahead with this game. It's good defence here, however.
Lovely feed by Scarlett Duncan. You know, she was patient there. There was a point where I thought it was going to go, but she waited until the space became clear and put the ball into the correct place, and that shows maturity beyond her years.
A lovely entry by Wills as well.
At this stage of the tournament, Northern Ireland have quite a settled start in attack, and you can see that they've played a few games together in this combination now, and they're finding the spaces easier. They have some game changers that could come in and add something different, which is great, but you can see definitely this group of girls have played a lot more together now.
Zammit doing an awful lot of work off the ball to try and get free.
Martina is a bit unlucky there. She just touched that ball just before it went out. And although that probably comes with experience in terms of leaving it another minute, you know, I would say if she was back here next year, chances are she would have left that ball.
Oh, lovely leading by Bado, encouraging her player through the court.
And this is the thing about Gibraltar, you know, that they keep going and they are such a positive team.
Oh, nearly on the fly. It put a bit of pressure on, but Northern Ireland retain possession. Donnelly.
One of the things we talked about, Natalie, was that at underage in Northern Ireland, our games are 40 minutes. And so the 60 minutes can sometimes play a huge role, and then over multiple days. And yesterday, Northern Ireland Development had 2 games. Gibraltar had 2. You know, that over 120 minutes of netball is a huge task when you're used to playing 40.
That is massive. And did you say Donnelly's played most of the games at centre as well?
Yeah, she has.
Wowza.
And hasn't shown, I believe, hasn't shown any signs of fatigue. Her decision making continues to be spot on.
We've just jinxed her.
Yes, of course.
Sorry.
It's bound to happen. One thing I would like her to add to her game is maybe sometimes using a fake to put the ball into the circle.
Dilipiani on the ball. Oh, footwork by Perkis Galan.
She'll be disappointed in that. That was an unforced error. I suppose it's one of those things that Sue Gaudian always says, where you spent it before you earned it, and you've maybe decided what you're going to do until you've actually got the ball in clean possession. So she'll be disappointed with that one.
Lovely feed in. Shallow and caught with her eyes down. The Northern Ireland shooters reward it. An early change here sees Perkis Galan go to the bench. And it may be Ana Hernandez that's come on. We will find out.
Hernandez also plays in the shooting circle, and I was impressed when she moved across to wing attack yesterday, how seamless the transition was. It's lovely that she can play across 2 court areas like that.
It is Hernandez that has come on to that wing attack position. So an early roll of the dice there by Claire Nunes, the coach. Are you surprised at that change?
Yes, it's very early in the game. We're less than 10 minutes in. Perhaps when we talked about the footwork call, maybe it was an injury or something that caused it. As I say, she wasn't under any great pressure at the time, but maybe protecting a foot or something, so maybe it was a call in terms of player welfare.
What's interesting is on the bench, she is sat next to Claire Nunes and seems to be getting a bit of instruction, or was getting some instruction, so it may well even be that she's brought off a bit of time to watch the game and then be able to reinsert her to make more impact.
That's a great coaching strategy, particularly at this age, where it allows them a few minutes off. Let's see what's happening, have a look, and let's see how you could counteract what's happening as well.
Good hands by Dilipiani, picked up by Zamet.
Yeah, very tenacious. I think the Northern Ireland girls waited on a call there that didn't come. Again, another life lesson in terms of we keep going until the umpire says otherwise.
That is a massive lesson, isn't it? And one that lots of people could learn, I think, across all of netball.
But it's so much better to say no and roll your eyes.
Oh, well hassled and tucked there by Una Rees.
It's great elevation in her race, and she really went up and met that ball at the earliest opportunity, which gave the Gibraltar defence very little attempt to get at the ball.
And with the World Youth Cup coming up in 2025, I mean, these girls are in the development squad, but there's no reason why they won't be challenging, is there, for a place in that team?
Definitely. I believe the 2 squads will come together again now, and it'll be all systems go. Although, like, we have quite a number of strong under-19s, under-21s who'll still be eligible as well. So, but with the Gibraltar team, we know that they are qualified. Northern Ireland will have to qualify. So it's a very exciting time for netball in Gibraltar.
Lovely shot by Wills. Pushes on Northern Ireland. 2-12, 10 goals in it.
I think Coach June McKeown will be very happy with this start. They're just being quite composed and settled on the ball, as I say, which comes with maybe having less changes through the tournament now.
And I bet it's probably quite frustrating actually for them in some ways that they played the Republic of Ireland first, who so far on paper have come out as the strongest team and have done some really good scores, whereas actually looking at the other scores that this Northern Ireland development team have done within the competition, you kind of feel like if they played them now, it'd be a bit closer.
I definitely believe that. I believe they completely underperformed against the Republic. Maybe the occasion got to them. The Republic were bigger and mostly older, and the Republic do also have a number of players on the English pathways, and so they're playing at this standard consistently. I would be interested. The Gibraltar team yesterday surprised me in that they took 2 quarters off the Republic. What happened in the second and third quarters to lose by too large a margin to really impact. But it did show that the Republic have weaknesses that Northern Ireland failed to exploit on day 1, but maybe could address if it was day 4 or 5.
So just to bring you up to date, there has been another change as well for Gibraltar. Anna Howard has come on to goal attack. So again, more early changes and potentially reflective of the score.
Yeah, at this stage Gibraltar needed something to change in their attack, and with the benefit of players sitting off and coming on, they can see maybe where the spaces are, which is sometimes hard to recognise when we're on court.
Someone who is not coming off, however, is pocket rocket Demi Zamet.
She's been fabulous. I love her in attack and I love her in defence. Whenever she transitions the ball at speed, it really works for Gibraltar. On occasion, she sometimes does a support play role, which they don't need from her. They need the wing defence to do that role. But when she goes at speed, it opens up attack really well for Gibraltar.
Hernandez. Lovely work by Anna Howard. So far, this change is paying off for Claire Nunes. They've doubled their score in the last minute and a half.
Like Erin Gray, they popped in front there. There was an opportunity where it did open up. And sometimes when you're a bigger player at home, you get into the habit of maybe playing behind. But we know internationally we're quite small. And Erin, if she could just pop in front, that would make a huge difference to her whole gameplay.
And it is developing your toolbox, isn't it, as well at under 17 level, and looking at the skills that you have got, keeping those, but developing the other ones that maybe you're not so confident on.
That's exactly it. And, you know, Una Reese, I've traditionally watched her play centre, and she's doing a brilliant job in shutting down. And a prime example there, she got a great intercept, a great touch which led to Northern Ireland possession. But, you know, she's learning a new position and being more versatile within that.
So 18 seconds left for Gibraltar to bring this through. Summit under all sorts of pressure. She's aware of the time. Oh, just overcooked.
We still have time.
Oh, discipline. She'll get to take this, Truman Davies. Oh, painful. 4 goals then to Gibraltar, 15 goals to the Northern Ireland development team. Strong start from them. However, the last couple of minutes Gibraltar did come back, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second quarter. So make sure you do not go anywhere, grab a cup of tea, and make sure you're back in the next 4 minutes. So we are back here live at the Europe Netball competition here in Antrim in Northern Ireland. It's currently 4 goals to 15, Gibraltar versus the Northern Ireland development side. This is part of the challenge section. There are 2 sections running here in this competition, the championship section and the challenge section. And it is promotion relegation, so whoever wins the challenge section out of Gibraltar, Ireland, Isle of Man and Switzerland will get promoted next year. How exciting is that?
Very exciting. It's a great opportunity. At the minute, the Republic of Ireland look like the forerunners for this, and rightly so. They have a quality squad, but it's a great opportunity for the other countries to impact. And we saw how well United Arab Emirates, who have come up from the challenge section, did against some of the teams. So it's a great opportunity.
Getting us underway, the Northern Ireland development side score. Continuing as they finished. There was one change for Gibraltar whilst we had the quarter time, and that was Sophia Perkis-Gallant has come back on at wing attack. We talked about whether she was getting a bit of information from her coach, and it seems like that was the case.
In some of the previous games, getting the ball through that centre third has been difficult for Gibraltar, and between Bado and Chalaram, they have moved forward and come back, and Samad is attacking the goal third faster. And I really think it will pay dividends this way they get used to the new system of play they're implementing.
These are combinations that we saw at the last Europe Netball in 2022 with Bado and Chalaram. But as you say, those connections have developed much stronger, and in the meantime, a fantastic shot down the end by Anna Howard.
It's a nice confident shot, which can only help all the attackers around her.
Ooh, dancing with the 3 seconds there, Grace Wills.
And she knew it. And then she looked to get rid of it, and her setup, her structures of how she takes her shot, her technique was off kilter then. A lovely steal by Evelyn Donnelly. Unfortunately, she couldn't give the feed in to make it really stick on the scoreboard.
Truman Davies. Oh, what a rebound.
Truman Davies has had a great tournament. She is so composed in there. She's been on the court a lot, and in every game she changes her game as the game goes to adapt, to make herself free for her teammates.
In the meantime, a great turnover by Scarlett Duncan.
Scarlett's very tall in that wing attack position, so I'm sure it would be strange to have someone that tall, and then that pressure that it adds in an area of the court where Gibraltar are already struggling, so she could have a huge impact.
She is, however, calling time at the minute.
She had a foot injury yesterday and actually wasn't on the 12. She's been replaced by Rebecca Cunningham, who played really, really well yesterday. I wonder if the foot injury is coming back. I can see Scarlett is getting some treatment on her foot.
And as we were talking before, with more competitions coming up and being at such a young age, it's really important that injuries are managed and not played through.
Grace Wells did so well there. She missed the shot. Gibraltar got the rebound. They went up, went hard, went strong. Grace immediately transitioned to defence, won the ball, led it off to Erin Gray, and they got a goal.
Oh, just a skill there for Gray. Ooh.
Coming together there, 3 players, and Zanuck was very brave in going for that. It's the smallest of the 3 of them to come out. She won the ball. And it was great play by her.
I think maybe a bit more decision making from the passer though.
Yeah, it's what we call in netball terms a hospital ball.
3-2 so far this quarter to Gibraltar, so much more improved for them.
Yeah, Coach Nunes will be happy with the start that they've made, given that they only scored 4 goals in the whole 15 minutes in the last quarter, and they've already scored 3 within 5. In this quarter, it's definitely a much improved performance.
Unlucky for Cunningham.
We'll see how we get through this centre third. As I say, it has been a traditional problem for Gibraltar to get through. If Northern Ireland Development have recognised that and know that that's where they should maybe flood bodies to make it more difficult, they've been very patient on this occasion and are taking the ball right to the circle edge.
What is quite nice though is that the attack aren't flooding, the attack for Gibraltar aren't flooding the area to try and save the day and causing more problems, are they? Which we've seen in a lot of countries.
Yeah. And that comes with experience. So the girls are already showing the learnings through this tournament, because in doing so they would obviously bring more bodies into the area and do the defence's job for them. So it's very positive that they're managing to stay down and allow it to happen.
Lovely drive from Gray and a great shot to finish.
It was a lovely late drive, it was really well timed. It meant it gave Grace Wills the opportunity and the time to offer. When she wasn't free, Erin Gray came in at the right time. Also replicated on the other side. Brilliant drive by Howard and a really well-deserved goal by Gibraltar.
Howard wasn't in the squad last time, so it'd be interesting to know her age, because she's come on and done a fantastic job so far in this game. Such a tight quarter so far. Lots of options here for Northern Ireland coming through.
We still need 2 offers for the ball, and sometimes we're down to 1, which isn't ideal.
The through court was really nice, and it just got a bit sticky, didn't it, circle edge? Everyone stopped moving. Good change by Perkis Galan. Just needs to keep her feet on the floor.
Yeah, once you pass as well, 1 foot, you lose a power in your pass, which opens it up for the defender to come in and take ball. Sometimes I think Northern Ireland are a bit more willing to go long, which opens up the space a bit better for them than Gibraltar maybe are.
They sort of see over the mess, don't they, rather than just seeing what's immediately in front.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how she ended up on the floor then, Zamet. Love this one. Just placement needs to be a little bit more ahead.
She's really tenacious. That was great. They lost the ball. She worked so hard. She shut down the space for Aoibhinn Donnelly on the circle edge and won ball.
They're so good in defence, aren't they? The minute that ball gets turned over, you've got Law, Young, Rees and Donnelly all putting pressure on in this middle third.
Yeah, frequently now the outlet seems to be Chelleram, and I would like Erin Gray maybe to stick tighter on her own player as opposed to dropping the hands over every player. In doing so, I think Northern Ireland could probably win more ball if the goal defence was not allowed to be the outlet.
Oh, well read.
Gibraltar winning this quarter 6-4, so Northern Ireland will want to settle, get the next couple of goals just to exert their dominance, and no better way than Erin Gray doing a switch.
Good of Howard to come out. Oh, what a drive through back in, and nice handling from Perkis Galan. Needs to pull that in, Truman Davis, rather than bat it.
Yeah. I actually thought the same from a Northern Ireland perspective of Mia Law. There was an opportunity to go with two hands. Again, all comes of experience, and we know that these girls in the next year or two will definitely be going up with the second hand and winning that ball nice and clean.
Oh, nearly by Chellarham as well.
That's a difficult pass over Dali Piani. She's done so well in there and has such a commanding presence, and there's very little room for error there on that baseline drive into the back space. Even Donnelly was brave to give it, and it was a pinpoint accuracy.
A good screen there by Truman Davies.
Fantastic screen. Really opened up the space, made the ball nice and clean, so there was no challenge on the pass.
And again, Howard doing most of the shooting at the moment.
The one thing I would have noted about Truman Davies' game, regardless of what combination comes on to play with her, she maintains a very high standard and seems to have a good connection with each of her shooting partners.
So the Piani just needs to take an extra step on those intercepts. Doing good to get a hand there, but attacking contact. Were you a defender?
No, I'm too small. I'm a wing attack. I want to be goal attack, but I never had a large enough shooter to make up for my height and inadequacies. So I'm a wing attack. It's awful because I sometimes feel like I only really watch it for a shooter or an attacker's perspective.
I think that's why I love an attacking contact as a defender.
Yeah, you were a defender. I believe all the shooters are princesses.
Great take by Truman Davies. One hand, in it goes. A goal for goal quarter. Lovely repositioning and well weighted by Perkis Galan to send that ball in.
It was a great change of direction by Howard because Louisa Young was very agile and very fast on her feet, and she lost her quite well in that case. Louisa Young did get player of the match in a few of the matches, so Howard has done a great job to contain her within it so far.
Oh, and a fantastic shot by Wills. Shooting her ice with the net on that one.
The crowd really appreciated that one. They seem to come to life a bit here. You know, it's amazing what a good long-range shot can do to a group of people.
It's the same as an amazing fly, isn't it? Both of which just build your team and lift them up.
Exactly. Would like to have seen Perkis Gallen holding her on the circle edge just a little longer, and it would have allowed the pass to come to her, but she was moving away from the ball, which made it much more difficult for Samet to pass it to her.
Truman Davies gets another goal. Contact call against Baddow. Oh, lovely vision from Wills to Gray.
Yeah, I thought that ball was going to cross the circle. She did very well to sight Erin Gray and put it into the right space for her to receive it.
Samet finds Perkis Galan.
I'm enjoying the battle of Samet and Naveen Donnelly. You know, the two tenacious players, two going to really work hard, great engines. Evenly enough matched in terms of stature. You know, it's a great watch.
Another goal on the board, courtesy of Howard. Time is called and a change is being made.
That's Lydia Grant from Crumlin Netball coming in to go into goal attack. Lydia's a strong, smart player. I've enjoyed watching Lydia for a long time now, and she definitely will change things up in the Northern Ireland development attack. Howard was so intelligent there. She took Louisa Young out of the circle, held her out there a wee second, or out further out in the circle, and then drove into the space that she had created for herself.
Third time of asking, Truman Davis sinks it.
The game's got a lot closer. You know, we're down to a 7-goal game when we were at 11 at quarter time. Gibraltar coach must be incredibly happy with this.
And almost a gift there.
Well won back by Ina Reese.
And that's what you need to do, isn't it? If you make a mistake, just get it back. Simple as that.
Yeah, easier said than done.
It's easy, really, this game.
It's a game of throwing and catching.
Oh, the crowd is so loud. They're so excited.
Yeah, and
I love it.
The Gibraltar bench, you can hear plenty of noise coming from the Gibraltar bench as well. It's hard to know sometimes who's supporting who. It's so noisy.
It's because there's like 5 seconds left. It's like battle of the passionate supporters. Oh, it goes in. 17 goals to Gibraltar, 24 to the Northern Ireland development team. That's a massive comeback from Gibraltar. So with that, make sure you don't go anywhere, because this game has just proved that it has lots more to offer. There's another half of netball coming up. I hope you can hear the crowd. It's absolutely amazing in there. Another half of netball coming up. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We will be back after the break. back to live netball here at the Antrim Forum in Belfast. The last quarter of this game was 13 goals to Gibraltar, 9 to the Northern Ireland Development side, but the Northern Ireland Development side are still in the lead, 24-17. So it'll be interesting to see what the changes are, if any, and also what the impact is in this quarter. Great start already by the Northern Ireland Development side.
A lovely positive start. They kind of needed that. I know the coach, June McKeown and Maureen Carrs, as assistant coach, won't be happy with how that last quarter played out and will be definitely demanding a lot more of their players.
Interestingly, we have had it confirmed that there are no changes to be made for either team. Are you surprised by that, considering the last quarter score?
Not surprised in Gibraltar. They know that they had obviously won the quarter, won it convincingly, and had really responded very well after the first quarter. I know that the Northern Ireland Development had brought Lydia Grant in to go attack just before the half-time break, and I suppose they maybe want to get this attack to have a go.
We've seen throughout the competition as well lots of teams changing mid-quarter, which I really like. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I really like it. I would do quite a bit in order to break the momentum of an opposition. Or sometimes waiting 2-3 minutes is simply too long. You know, we also allow, we know that we like to see some players getting off court to have a chance to have a breather, have a look at what's going on.
Oh, a lovely quick offload. Aveen Donnelly there, free as a bird through court.
I didn't see what happened there, but Gibraltar have the penalty call.
So it is not happy. Just watching it off the ball, moving a bit gingerly at the moment. Ooh.
Playing close and fast in the 3 seconds there. She did well to get it off. Louisa Young with a lovely touch. You know, Northern Ireland will be disappointed they didn't pick it up.
But I think the pressure that they built of the ball going in has potentially also put Anna Howard off that shot a little bit. Really liking Donnelly's arrival at circle edge in this quarter so far. I know we're only a few minutes in, but that's twice that she's arrived. Beautiful timing.
When Aveen runs at speed, she's very, very hard to break down. As I say, just a phenomenal athlete.
Summit, Perkis Galan. Oh, a lovely little pop.
I would love to see a bit of communication between Law and Young on that one. Young could possibly cite the movements of Howard, whereas Law was intent on blocking the shot, but a call might have been enough to stop that drive.
Yeah, Wells did well there. The pass was off to start off with. She did well to draw the contact.
Dalipiani was not going to be shifted on that. Wells had slightly wrong angle, as in her body was facing Dalipiani as opposed to her back, which made it difficult to get the pass off. Northern Ireland were a wee bit lucky on that occasion.
A chance for Northern Ireland to go ahead in this quarter.
Lydia Grant had a lovely position held just by the post there. It was onside by the other players in the team, but the outcome was still the same. We got a goal. Lydia is another 14-year-old on the team.
14?
Yeah, at the minute, to my knowledge, the starting wing attack, the goal attack and centre are all 14, you know, so have a real bright netball future ahead of them.
Wow. Just falls short for Grant.
She'll be disappointed in that. I'm glad that she went for the rebound. I'm glad she went hard for the rebound, because we don't give any gifts in netball, so she did the right thing and still going hard for it.
Yeah, replaying that. against Bado.
That's a couple of times now that the Gibraltar girls have thrown the ball away, and I'm sure the umpires will be looking to step down on that. I can see that they're just frustrated because their effort and commitment to it deserves probably for the game to be a bit closer than it currently is.
Did you see what that was for?
I think it was a 3-second call. I'm not 100% sure. I do feel that Lydia Grant held on to the ball just a wee bit too long, maybe a wee bit cautious that she'd already missed the shot.
Good movement in the attacking circle for Gibraltar, but just can't sink it.
Almost should have said really well held. She rose so high, Rebecca Cunningham got up so high to reach the ball, and I thought I'd done enough just to hold it, but it was very unfortunate for it just to slip at the last. Brilliant touch by Law, brilliantly picked up by Una Rees, and Northern Ireland go into their attack.
Oh, she looked at the umpire.
Never look at the umpire.
Pretend it didn't happen. Strong by Zamet, and a lovely quick ball into Howard.
Just that step, the timing of the step really opened up the space. It closed off Louisa Young from having a go at it. Lovely clean passing.
Nice, strong long ball, Perkis Galan. I want to see her run and hit the defenders there. Like, quite often they run behind, like run face up and turn and pop.
Particularly when they are small, that would open up and allow for clean ball and, you know, with no interference.
Law finds Rees. Lovely patient play through.
Delapiano very unfortunate not to get that. Lydia Grant rose really high, had to rise really high to make sure and get the ball. Reward her with a goal.
At the moment, no one seems to want to score on their own centre pass.
Yeah.
This could be like the opposite of the curse.
Yeah. Evie Donnelly and Lydia Grant having a great connection there. I know they play their club netball together, and you can see maybe that connection being allowed to develop as this game goes on a bit.
Just issues on the centre pass here for Gibraltar.
They'll be disappointed because in the second quarter they were so mindful of their possession. They did so well to contain Northern Ireland, and yet to lose on your centre pass 2 balls, it's very unfortunate.
Strong challenge by Grant. A bit too strong for the umpires.
Maybe needed just to move her feet to come and attack the ball, but close on the body and didn't get away with it on that occasion.
Yeah, delayed takeoff there for Truman Davies. At the moment there's lots of rotational movement in that circle, but bringing their players with them. They might just need to play a bit more clever together.
Nice confident shot by Lydia Grant. That'll lift her and it'll lift her teammates around her as well.
Oh, lovely backspace. We like that.
There must have been harsh words on the Northern Ireland bench at half time, because they've definitely come out a lot stronger in the second half than they did than how they finished the second quarter.
And that's just massive credit, isn't it, to the coaches that actually, you know, you can make massive development and massive strides in a game like this at this level just by giving them some really key points to take back on the court.
Yeah. And sometimes it might be lift your game, you're not doing enough, you know, and as long as the young girls have show that willingness as future warriors, as we say, and do that, then that's what we want.
Big swing through court. Just wants Amit to look down the court rather than keep her body angled laterally.
Love a good shooter-to-shooter connection.
Really pushing on now, Northern Ireland. After a trickier second quarter for them, they are powering ahead in this one.
And leading this quarter by 6, I believe. You know, that's a great response. That's what we want from our young players.
Contact again against the goal attack.
It's a second attack and contact call at that end. So it'll be interesting to see if the young Northern Ireland players can adjust now and ensure that it doesn't happen further in the game.
Gibraltar have another important game for them tomorrow at 10:45. They take on Switzerland, which will be their last game in this tournament so far. And I'm sure that is one that they will be targeting to win. Switzerland yet to win in this competition, will equally be targeting Gibraltar. So
two teams that have definitely grown for the tournament. It'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. There's a wee bit of naivety in both their play at times, and maybe for the course of this weekend that might have been removed, and whichever team has learnt the most will probably come out the victors in that game. Lydia Grant receiving a caution there for persistent contact. She now has to adapt her play, adjust to the umpire's call so that she's not doesn't fall foul with further repercussions.
Oh, it was ambitious, but it worked. Good pick up by Chelarem.
This last couple of minutes, Gibraltar seem to have settled a bit. They seem to be more proactive and coming forward from the ball, maybe more than a second offer. And it's definitely allowed them to play with a bit more pace.
Lucky to get that contact call there, Howard, I think. Lovely shot, Truman Davis, second time of asking.
Definitely, she did well to follow it. She as soon as it left her hand, she was conscious that it was short, and she read it very well.
Time called there for Chelarem.
Chelarem called time. Does that not mean that Chelarem
has to go off?
She is going off. I thought she was taking the wing defence, but
Bado is going back to goal defence. Siri McGlashan is coming on. I think at goalkeeper.
And there's a new wing defence, but I'm not sure who that is just now.
Lovely shot. Potentially, we talked about that game tomorrow, could potentially be saving legs. Because I think Alex Dilipiani was doing a really good job back in defence.
Yeah, definitely. She was causing disruption, and I think she won almost every rebound. You know, so that was a great asset for her team. I really would like Grace Wells to present front there to make sure that McGlashan, who we know has great range and great speed, is pulled out of it.
It's Sophia McClafferty that comes on at wing defence, and Mia Martinez has come on at goal shooter as well. I didn't spot that one.
Maureen Cowhurst has given out strong instructions, Maureen, and doing a real stalwarts of netball in Northern Ireland. They give so much of their time and to developing youngsters. I was one of those youngsters a very long time ago, so an indication of how long they've been developing netballers in Northern Ireland.
They'll be really pleased with you for saying that on air, you know that, don't you?
They taught me everything I know, so I think they will be pleased.
Obviously, Elaine is only 21. Oh, a lovely ball. Martinez. Good shot by her.
Gibraltar seemed to have ridden the storm a bit here. They were losing this quarter quite significantly in the first part of it, but it definitely seemed to have turned the tide a bit in the second quarter. They're only losing the second half of this quarter, sorry. It's a brilliant ball. The time running out, that was just the thing that Northern Ireland needed at that time.
26 goals to 35, which means Northern Ireland development side managed to score 11 in that quarter, and they kept Gibraltar to 9. So still a close quarter. Anything could happen in the final quarter. There are only 9 goals in it. It can be done. So whatever you are doing, make sure you don't go anywhere, because you might miss a complete turnaround in the fourth. We shall see you in about 4 minutes. Welcome back to live Netball here at the Antrim Forum in Belfast. We are live for the Europe Netball Under-17 competition. We currently have on court for you Gibraltar against the Northern Ireland development side. A couple of changes for Gibraltar, or one change even. Anna Hernandez has gone to centre, which means Demi Zamit gets a rest, and my assumption is that's probably for tomorrow. But this game is not done yet, is it, Blaine?
Definitely not. It's very competitive. It's very enjoyable to watch. Although I admit I'm slightly biased in my watching. Hernandez moving the centre is a surprise. I know she's played goal shoot, she's played goal attack, she's played wing attack and now centre. That's real versatility. Northern Ireland, sometimes when they go and score, they make it look so easy, and then credit to the Gibraltar defence, they learn off each one, and then they begin to disrupt that. And they've done this consistently throughout the game, which is really, really admirable in their play.
So Hernandez on the... Oh, no, it was against Hernandez. Lovely, again, there she is, driving through court, Aveen Donnelly.
Glashkin deemed to be too close. No, it was actually by the goal defence. Contact call.
Oh, she's supposed to keep that. Rolled it around her leg. Cunningham just a bit lost in that passage of play. McClafferty, sorry, is doing a great job of just keeping her high.
In that instance, I would have loved to have seen Lydia Grant right towards the post a bit to engage the defender. She ended up having to shoot from quite far out, which made it much more difficult. Very clever by in her race there. She was going to go offside if she chased the ball, and she allowed herself to touch the ball on the path of her own teammate.
Needs to take the line of the ball a bit more. Bravo. Yeah, lovely puck, great space.
When Northern Ireland sight the shooter, then they get the ball much closer to the post. With Delhi Piani off court, they're more likely to win rebounds now as well, so they should take advantage of that.
Yeah, currently very commanding in that attacking circle. Nothing forward for Hernandez.
Good job in Erasina. Plays at Lagantine Netball Club, you know, and she is a real stalwart in that team, and she drives the team forward and has great leadership skills. Love that Maya Law worked so hard to get herself in front there. You know, she wouldn't say no, and she kept working off the ball to make the pressure to pass. That said, Howard and Martinez combined really well to get that out.
Again, lovely drive. And it almost seems, I might be wrong, that Wills is pulling out a little bit to allow that space for Grant to come in.
She's very clever, Wills. You know, she has been adapting her game from the start of this tournament, you know, and really combining well with other shooters. Also starting to use that shooter-to-shooter connection better in this quarter, which is lovely to see.
Hernandez finds Howard.
Just wasn't sure of her feet and was smart and offloading the ball and winning it straight back. Good strong rebound by Law, starting the build of the next attack.
Oh, McGlashan. Good strength by her.
She did really well. She read it really well. And we've seen this from Grace Wills. As soon as they lose the ball, she transitions very quickly to defence. Unlucky there to get a contact call, but definitely McGlashan deserved to win that last one.
Oh, well read. Aveen Donnelly had that covered all day, didn't she?
She did. You know, she has a fantastic reading of the game, and I believe it's down to the fact she does play multiple sports, and she just can then apply the skills of each very well.
Northern Ireland now really running away with this game. 7-1 so far in this quarter. I think the steam has well and truly gone from Gibraltar's sails. Well, it's not steam in their sails, is it? It's wind. Steam's gone from the train.
I would have backed you up. Oh. Lydia Grant there took the throw in just while McGlashan was still off court. So the throw in is now awarded to Gibraltar.
But nearly one back. McGlashan doesn't look so confident on sending that long pass.
Oh, unlucky.
Back to McGlashan. It might be a fake, but it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
That, however, was a beautiful ball.
Great speed of pass. You know, she turned, gave it straight away, which caught the Northern Ireland defence out.
And a great shot as well by Martinez. Lucky there for Hernandez.
She did the classic look of pretending she'd done nothing wrong, and it was very effective.
See, that's what we said before.
Yeah.
Pretend it didn't happen. That's not our official coaching advice. Oh, unlucky. But great rebound by McGlashan. Yeah, good vision to go over the mess because no one in front was moving.
And Gibraltar don't often use the long ball, and they probably should look to use it probably more against Switzerland tomorrow, because when they do, it's very effective.
Martinez has come back on with his shooting boots on.
I feel that all of a sudden the crowd have got more engaged again in the game. You know, they're sensing that Gibraltar could make things a little more uncomfortable for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, great shot. Lovely again by Donnelly. An offside call, so she'll have to make a pass. Nice option to make Will's ball side.
Lovely triangle play. You could hear Lydia shouting, Lydia Grant shouting to Grace Wells there, turn, turn, turn. You know, so she had set up the play and knew what was going to happen.
Martinez again.
She's made a big difference when she come in there.
Oh, well then. Just catch it next time.
Yeah, Barrow's maybe become aware that Lydia Grant has been doing that drive to the post and was more wary to stop at that time.
And as you say, that's really intelligent. This team are a clever team in terms of their learning throughout the quarter without having necessarily input, and that's actually development of the coaching throughout, isn't it, to enable your players to learn as they go on without just telling them all the time what to do.
Yeah, particularly at this age, you know, we want to develop thinking players, and the way to do that is allow them to have the opportunity to work out how to fix things within the court.
Another goal on the board for Northern Ireland. Time being held for some changes.
Both teams seem to be making a lot of changes here. There's 5 minutes left, and I can see Emily Annette, Amy Murray, and Sophie White coming in for Northern Ireland.
I swear they do this to challenge us.
I'm okay with the Northern Ireland changes, not so good with the Gibraltar ones, unfortunately. I coach 2 of the players that have come on, which makes it a little easy.
I think it's Roberts Cottrell that's come on
wing attack
for Gibraltar, and Alex Dilipiani has come back on into goal defence.
Goal defence?
Yeah, they're giving her a run. So it obviously wasn't a rest before then.
Yeah, I haven't seen her play goal defence. I'm interested to see if she can stop Lydia Grant's drive to the post.
Yeah, that could well be the thinking, couldn't it?
Yeah. Great touch, McGlashan. She read that really, really well. With Sophie White coming in now, Lydia Grant will have to take the role of the lead shooter in that circle. It'll be interesting to see how she transitions. So far, so good.
Oh, can't quite keep it on.
Good attempt.
McGlashan with the throw in. Good backspace by Dilipiani.
You said she plays shooter as well, and you could see that in the hold that she set up for the backline pass. It was a classic shooter move.
In fact, there's a change we haven't had written down on the sheet. Perkins Galan has gone to centre. That's definitely not Anna Hernandez.
That time Gibraltar scored off the Northern Ireland centre pass and would have been looking to get another one on the board very quickly, but unfortunately they had a break or a contact call on the centre pass. Really well read by Howard there. Brilliant intercept. Rebecca Cunningham playing fast and loose here with the getting onside on the centre pass. I know if I was the coach I would be shouting at her to be ensure she is onside. Great intercept, well done Rebecca Cunningham.
Right idea. Lovely shot. She's grown in the game, hasn't she, Grant?
She really has. You know, she's probably got a bit more of extended court time here. She is someone I would rate very, very highly, and it's good to see and allowing that connection with her and Aoibhinn Donnelly.
I love the fact that Donnelly just doesn't get a rest and the fact that she doesn't look tired.
No, and she will keep going to the last, probably before going to another training session later today. Emily Annette is another girl who's 14 now in goal defence. Traditionally plays centre, but it's doing a lot of her play here in goal defence and wing defence and learning through this experience as well.
Oh, great tip by Dilipiani. Came off Grant.
She was obviously set off, watched that Grant was running towards the post and was very quick to shut that down. It's just, as we say, we love watching them learn through the game, and she definitely has done that. Almost Amy Murray getting a lot of pressure on the side. Maya Scott's a wee bit late on that, but Martinez does very well to just compose herself, and maybe after getting a slap decided the best bet was to pass it off.
And it pays off. Another goal on the board for Gibraltar, and this is a really good score against the development side for Gibraltar, considering the other scores that they had. So they beat the Isle of Man 41-25. They beat Switzerland 49-32. So if they can keep it within 10 here, Gibraltar, they will be very pleased.
Gibraltar need just a little bit more consistency in their play. We know they had a fantastic second quarter against the Republic of Ireland. They beat them in 2 quarters as well. The abilities there, it's just about putting it together for the full 60 minutes.
And if you have the recipe for that, you'll be very rich.
Yeah. It's called a lot of money.
Nice middle by Dilipiani, proving that she can play. in the circle and out of the circle.
I thought the ball was away. Martinez did such a brilliant job of keeping it in play. Maya Scott received it but wasn't expecting it, and Gibraltar took full advantage.
5 seconds. You kind of think it's maybe not enough time to score. Final quarter then, 38 goals to 46. Actually won that quarter, Gibraltar. It was 11 goals to the Northern Ireland development side and 12 goals to Gibraltar. So a great finish on that quarter for them. And a fantastic tournament held by the Northern Ireland development side. This was their last game on court during this competition, and they've been outstanding, haven't they, Elaine?
Yeah, really good game. Looked like it wasn't going to be close at the start, and then Gibraltar had that fantastic second quarter, which made the game a lot more competitive for the rest of it. It was a great game.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us, but don't go anywhere. In fact, you've probably got, 25 minutes. We have another game on at 4 o'clock. It is the UAE taking on Scotland, and that is a huge game for the UAE. They'll be looking for their win on the board. Don't go anywhere. We will be back at 4 o'clock. See you then.